Hello friends, welcome to this session, and in this session we are going to learn how to use Microsoft Excel for our data analysis. In research, we need to crunch numbers or visualize that data, and MS Excel is very handy program to do that. And in MS Excel, we need to understand the environment, our environment first. This is the menu tabs, and if we click these tabs, we will get the options like insert and all that. And for us, this insert menu is very important one, and we mostly use this insert menu for our work. And then formula menu will work, then data tab, in which that data analysis thing we are going to understand. And other tabs are not that important for us because those are most like Word, and those options are also most like Word for formatting. And here in this session we will now focus on formatting. First, we need to understand that Microsoft Excel sees the cell or address the cell as its column and row. If I click this cell, here its column is B, and in this address cell you will see that B is there and row number is there, B5. Therefore, this cell is addressed as B5, and this cell is D2, this cell is F4. This we need to understand how to address the cells, and how to address the range is also required. Range D3 to D7. This is D3 colon D7. If I go for this range, and if I select this range, then topmost cell will be considered H3, then colon will be there, and lowest cell right bottom, that is J1, H3 to J8. These columns will get highlighted, rows will get highlighted, and here in address bar you will see how many rows are there and how many columns are there. That's it. This is for addressing the cell. Now we need to know the structure of this cell. Here a black square is there, dark filled black square is there. This square is important for our work. I will maximize this so that you will see this clearly, and this we can drag down. You have to remember that this square we can drag down. And another thing which is very important, that is how to go for mathematics. To start the expression, we have to use the symbol is equal to, and this will start the equation thing, mathematical expression thing. And there, here you will see this f of x symbol is there, that is function of x symbol. Here we will insert the function, and that function can be our own function also, like 3 multiplied by 4, and when you enter that you will get the result of that expression. Okay. Or we can have two numbers. In this cell I will write 4, in this cell I will write 3, and here I will write expression is equal to 4 or B3 multiplied by B4. That answer is there. Now here I can change the cell, change the data in that cell. Number will also change, but I have to press the enter. Okay. 5 multiplied by 3. Now this expression will work there. Now we can stretch that expression to entire cell. Here I will write a series. I will give name to this series X. Here I will give name Y. Here I will start from 0, 1, 2. Now this is sufficient. Now I will select all these three cells, and when I drag this dark square, I will get a series, and here I will get a series of 0, 3, 6, 9. Just two numbers are also sufficient, these two, and when I drag it, I will get the entire series of 3. Right? Now, here I want x multiplied by y is equal to, and those who are well versed with this can skip this and go further to see how we visualize the data. But these things are very essential for data analysis, that's why I am discussing those. This is the result, how you drag the formula to or copy the formula to all other cells. And when you copy the formula, you see that cell number is increasing. Here B4 C4 is there, then in next cell B5 C5 number is there, and if I click in that cell, those cells get highlighted. B5 is the blue and C5 is the green one. I can drag this formula to left side also, horizontally also, as we drag that vertically. And here column numbers will change. Here B4 C4 is there, and when I go to this one, it will be C4 D4. Okay. If we want to maintain this one before like this, we want to maintain this one before here, we'll take it in this cell, and in this cell we'll put a dollar because we want to maintain that B, and we want to maintain that B only, and we'll drag it. B will be maintained because we want to maintain that, and we'll drag it. That B will get maintained in that field, and it will be multiplied by with C4, that 1 multiplied by with 3, and B got maintained, therefore everywhere 3 multiplied by 1 will be there. And if I change here, I do that here, you'll see the effect clearly. I drag that. The next number is changing, but B is constant everywhere. And we can do that with, say, this also, that C will get maintained, and that dollar in front of B will change. That 5 will be maintained constant. 5 will not change when we drag it to the now here C is constant, but B5 will change to B6, B7, and like this. That's it for the expressions. Now we will see the statistical functions available, or inbuilt functions available. If I click here and go to this function menu, here you can search in this bar for functions which you want, or you can click this drop down list, and list of functions is there. Text functions, mathematical and trigonometry, and most of the time we are concerned with mathematics and trigonometry functions, and other is statistics, statistical functions we require. And if we click, logical functions are also there. Sometimes we require logical functions, but most of the time we will work with mathematical, trigonometric, and statistical function, and these are the statistical function. Here we will go for average function. I will click that average function, and average function of B3 D3, but I don't want to calculate that, therefore I will click here. And here if I click it, it will take me to the spreadsheet. Now I will drag this number, select here, I will drag it to select the entire range. B2 to B15 have got selected, and I will say OK. That average is 6, and we can change that manually also to make it C, Next column C2 to C15, and when we click it, we will get the average of this one. Or we can select this entire thing again, and we'll go to our column and we'll select that. That data can be selected. Rows can also be selected for this purpose. If you want to know average of rows, these two rows, this can be selected. And this is for average. Many other functions are available. You can play with those functions to know more about Excel, to know more how to use those for your purpose. But I suggest you don't learn those when we require those. Learn those before, many days before or many months before you need to use those, because during that period you will get highly familiarized with, or you will get very large amount of experience to use these tools for your work. Now we'll go for visualization of data. There we'll go to insert menu. In insert menu, these many different graphs are there, chart types are there. These chart types we can use. Now here I will use column for first demonstration. When I click this column, insert column, a drop down list of this will open. All chart types is there, and these different chart types are there. If I click all chart types, this all chart types dialog box will open. We can select the chart type which we want. First we will see the column type, and here we don't have the data now. If I delete it using delete button, I can delete the plot. I will click on the plot and then I will use the delete button. It got deleted. I will select the data which I want to plot first. This data I selected. I will go to enter and I will click column. The columns will be there. If I want to add another column to this data, this plot, then I will take cursor and will drag it. Okay, another column will get added, and here by default we will get the dodged columns. I can add the third column also, third variable also, and this data will be there, and Excel will provide us the legend also automatically, and we don't have any option to change this legend. If you want to change the legend, then we have to change the header name, serial number, here height, and next I will say serial number multiplied by height. The legend is automatic here. We don't have any freedom to change that legend easily. At least I don't know how to change the legend. But here we didn't got any label to the axis, and it's very bad practice not to label the axis. And to label the axis, we need to select the plot. When we select the plot, other menu options will open. These three menu options are chart tools, design, layout and format. When we go to design one, design aspects will open. We can change the chart type here. If we click here, then chart type can be changed. When we click, we will get the different chart. Here, if we say OK, the chart type will get changed. Now, from the design only, we can switch row to columns. We can select the data. If we select the data, we can change the data. Just I have to click in this range selector and again do the selection process. When we come back and click OK, the data will get selected. Now, we will see how to change this. This is format 1. The data format we can change, just like Word. Will not bother much about format. We'll go to in format. We'll see for chart area, format selection. In chart area, gradient fill, we can do that. That's to add beauty to your plot. This is about chart area, entire chart area. Then we can go for plot area also. Plot area is the box one, and again go to format selection, and there you can have picture or texture fill, and you can select from the texture just like any other MS program, Word or Microsoft Office. Okay, this chart area format got changed. Okay, you can have gradient fill or you can have anything, but I don't recommend that. These charts look very bad. Now, therefore, we'll keep that for this time, because it will be time consuming to go back. Then I will go to layout. In layout, chart title is there, center overlay or above chart, centered overlay title, I will give that. That will come to the plot area, on plot area, and when I click it, I can change that. This chart title, this is demo chart, this chart title is there. Now I will go to format again. I have the chart selected, no, not format, layout, and then axis titles, primary horizontal axis title, and I will select title below. None is the default, title below axis, and here I will write that it's my x axis, and in bracket we can have units. We'll go for the layout again, and primary vertical axis, that vertical title or rotated title, I will select rotated title, and in rotated title I will have to, that is y axis. If I type that y axis, this rotated title is there. Now this is about how to label the chart, and data can also be labeled. For that data labeling, other options are available. When you go to form layout, here data labels is there, and show data labels. Data labels will be easily shown on the data, and that's it for column chart. Now when we go to layout, we can change this chart type. Design menu, we can change the chart type to the chart type which we want. Now here I will go for the scatter plot. Generally for scatter plot, two variables we use, but here just one variable will be there and other variable will be used. You cannot combine 2D and 3D chart types. Do you want to change the data series from 3D chart so that you can combine the two charts onto a 2D chart? Okay. 3D chart got changed to 2D chart, and these two data points got plotted. These two are there. If we remove that, only one will be plotted. Okay. X-axis is taken as default one. For this one, x-axis will be taken as default, but we can add x-axis also. Just you have to click to the chart, go to the design menu and go to the select data. In select data, horizontal axis is there, add. Here we can add the data. Series name, series X values, will take this, and Y values I will take this, height to this one, and I will say OK. And this series 2 I will remove. Okay. Now this is proper scatter plot with X and Y. And most of the time you need that for your assay result. Scatter plot is used to study relationship between two variables. Our independent variable will be on x-axis, our dependent variable will be on y-axis, or our concentrations will be on x-axis, and observe OD values or acidity values or pH values will be on y-axis. Y-axis is the dependent axis, and we will get the relationship of these two. Now here we can add trend line also. If we select the series, we click that and select the series, and when you right click that, there add trend line option is there. Add data label, add trend line, format data point is there. Here we will use add trend line, and these options are there. Here linear is selected by default, logarithmic, polynomial, and all those are there. This particular trend line is a model, is a smooth line as used in R, and we can have its equation also plotted. Here display equation on chart, or we can have set intercept at 0. Set intercept at 0, this is particularly useful for colorimetric readings where Beer and Lambert's law is followed, that zero concentration will lead to zero absorbance. Here display R square value on chart. R square value is how much variance your plot is explaining or your trend line is explaining, and this is that. This is the equation of that line, regression line. Y is equal to 3x minus 3, and R square value is 1. Perfectly straight line is there. Okay. Then when you select that, you can change the data points also. Right click. Here only trend line got selected. Right click, format data point, and here marker options are there. Automatic or built-in. When you click built-in, you will have those different marker options. I will change it to field square, and I want to increase the size also of that marker. Close. Size got selected. Only one marker got selected. If I select all those markers will get changed for. And if this is unknown, then this facility will be very helpful to distinguish unknown from your standard values. Okay. That's it for scatter plot. Now we will change this scatter plot to line plot also. Here we have to go to design and change chart type. When we click that to line, this line plot will be there. Okay. Entire line will be. We had the trend line, therefore line is not visible, but we can change that to line, and all those, the legend and all that thing is there. Okay. That's about scatter plot on all that. You need to understand which chart is essential for you, which elements of this chart you want to highlight. You can change the axis. If you click that, axis can be changed. If you click this, axis can be changed. When you go to format, you will have format selection and all that, vertical axis and all that. Format you can select color and all that thing. You need to practice a lot to know about these things. Work hard. If you practice, you will be thorough with data visualization, and your graphs, your plots will be very beautiful, very elegant one. And thank you for this session. Do practicing. In next sessions, we will go for details of each section, how to go for mathematical expressions, how to use the statistical expressions, or how to use specific plot plot types or chart types. Thank you very much.